there, how is everybody? So in just a few days, we're all going to be heading to North Carolina, and we are so excited. I can't wait to be at the beach. I have a book about the state of North Carolina, which is where we're all going. So I thought it might be fun for us to learn some facts and symbols about the state we'll be visiting. And this book is by Shelley Swanson Saturin. North Carolina, Facts and Symbols. And here's the table of contents. So we'll be learning about the map, fast facts, state name and nickname, the state seal and motto, the state capital and flag, state bird, state tree, state flower, state mammal, more state symbols, and then a few places to know and the index and all of that kind of stuff. So here it is. Here is where I live. I live way up here in the very top of Virginia. So we'll drive all through Virginia and North Carolina down to here. So this is the part of North Carolina where we'll be. Fast facts. Raleigh is the capital, and the largest city is Charlotte, which is here, and is in the southeastern part of the United States. The population is 7,546,493 people, and it's probably more than that because that was 18 years ago. It is the 12th state, and it became a state in 1789. And the natural resources are crushed stone, phosphate rock, and clay. And manufactured goods from North Carolina, textiles, wooden furniture, and machines. And they grow cotton, tobacco, soybeans, and also cattle, sheep, and pigs. And there's a map of North Carolina. And you can see down here, it shows you in relation to the rest of the United States where North Carolina is. It's the red state. So we're going to learn about the state name and the nickname. English settlers named the Carolina colony in honor of King Charles I of England. Carolina means land of Charles in Latin. The spelling changed over time. One popular story from the Civil War explains the nickname the Tar Heel State. During a hard battle, North Carolinians fought alone while other Southern troops fled. After the battle, a Virginian soldier tried to make fun of the North Carolinian soldiers. He asked if there's any tar left in North Carolina. The state was known for producing tar. One North Carolinian soldier said that the Confederate President Jefferson Davis bought all the tar. He said Davis was going to put tar on the Virginians' heels to make them stick and fight. The Old North State is another nickname for North Carolina. Settlers divided the Carolina colony into two colonies in 1712. Settlers named the older northern colony North Carolina. And here's the state seal and the state motto. North Carolina adopted its state seal in 1893. The state seal reminds North Carolinians of their state's government. The seal also makes government papers official because they'll stamp the seal on official documents. Or emboss it, probably, not really stamp it. The center of North Carolina's state seal shows two female goddesses, Liberty and Ceres. Liberty stands for freedom and the state's government. Ceres stands for agriculture. Ceres sits next to a cornucopia full of fruit. The cornucopia stands for the large amount of crops grown in the state. The scene behind Liberty and Ceres represents North Carolina's landscape and history. The state's mountains, plains, and coastline drew many settlers to the area. The ship stands for the state's shipbuilding and Navy supply businesses. North Carolina's state motto is Esse quam videri. These Latin words mean to be rather than to seem. North Carolinians believe in honesty. And the caption says, North Carolina declared its independence from England on May 20th, 1775, and this date appears on the state seal. State capital and flag. North Carolina's Capitol building is in Raleigh. Raleigh is the capital of North Carolina. Government officials work in the capital to make the state's laws. North Carolina has had 3 capitals. Fire destroyed the first building in 1798. Fire destroyed the second building in 1831. Builders completed the current capitol in 1840. The building cost $500,000. Workers built the current capitol with granite mined from North Carolina quarries. The building has 4 wings, that's 4 sections, that join around a central room. This room is called the rotunda. A granite dome tops the rotunda. The North Carolina officials adopted the state flag in 1885. The left side of the flag is blue, the right side is red at the top and white at the bottom. Red and blue are North Carolina's state colors. A white star lies between the gold N and C on the flag's left side. These letters are North Carolina's initials. A statue of Andrew Jackson, Andrew Johnson, and James K. Polk sits in front of the state capitol. These presidents were born in North Carolina. State bird. This is the same state bird as Virginia. We also, the state bird is the cardinal. Officials chose the cardinal as North Carolina's state bird in 1943. Cardinals live in North Carolina all year. They are one of the most common birds in the state. These bright red birds were named after Roman Catholic cardinals. These priests wear bright red robes. Male and female cardinals have different coloring. Male cardinals are bright red. They have black faces and short red bills. Female cardinals are brown. They have spots of red on their tails, wings, and heads. Their bills are pale red. Cardinals eat mainly seeds. The birds crack seeds open easily with their strong bills. Cardinals also eat insects and worms. Cardinals build nests in hidden spots in trees or bushes. The birds make nests with their wings, leaves, and weed stems. Female cardinals lay 3 to 4 white eggs with dark spots in their nests. The cardinal's nickname is winter redbird because it is easily noticed in winter. The state tree. In 1963, government officials named the longleaf pine as North Carolina's state tree. Longleaf pines grow throughout North Carolina. The tree is important to the state's timber business. People use the longleaf pine's strong wood to build furniture and houses. Longleaf pines are evergreen trees. These trees are green year-round. Longleaf pines have long, thin leaves called needles. Needles grow in bundles of 3. Longleaf pines grow slowly. Longleaf pines take from 200 to 400 years to grow their full height. Most fully grown trees are 80 to 100 feet tall. Longleaf pines have tall, straight trunks. The trunks are also thin. Fully grown trunks are only 24 to 32 inches wide. And this caption says, North Carolina's early settlers used longleaf pine trees to build ships. The tall, thin trees made good masts. The state flower, which is also the same as Virginia's. Our state flower is also the dogwood. It's beautiful. State flower. The blossom of the American dogwood tree became North Carolina's state flower in 1941. American dogwoods grow throughout North Carolina. Flowering dogwood trees bloom from early spring to summer. The blossoms are 2 to 4 inches wide. Blossoms can be white or pink. Each blossom has a green-yellow center surrounded by 4 bracts. These brightly colored leaves look like petals. Many people enjoy the dogwood's sweet-smelling blossoms. Blossoms fall off dogwood trees in early summer. Leaves and red berries grow in place of the blossoms. The oval leaves are 3 to 6 inches long. Each berry holds 2 seeds. Flowering dogwoods are small trees. They grow 20 to 35 feet tall. Their trunks are 6 to 18 inches wide. It says each bract of a dogwood blossom has a V-shaped notch of its tip. So I think it's talking about each little thing here, how it has a little indentation in the blossom. So when I was growing up in South Arkansas, we had an elderly neighbor named Mrs. Coleman, and she lived on the corner, and her yard was full of the most beautiful dogwood trees you have ever seen, and she had planted them all from seed. My whole family was very close to her. We helped take care of her. My brother and I mowed her yard, picked up pine cones out of her yard after a rainstorm. My dad put her newspaper on her back porch for her every morning. She was really like a grandmother to me. And she was actually featured once in Southern Living magazine for her beautiful dogwood trees. So every time I see a dogwood, I think of Mrs. Coleman. State mammal. I have to be honest, I'm not a big squirrel fan. They look like little tree rats to me. Officials made the gray squirrel North Carolina's state mammal in 1969. Gray squirrels live in North Carolina's cities and forests. Gray squirrels are easy to recognize. They have gray fur. Their chest and stomachs are white. Squirrels have long, bushy tails. They use their tails to balance as they jump from tree to tree. Gray squirrels eat insects, seeds, or nuts. The animals often live near trees that grow nuts. Gray squirrels bury many nuts in the ground in late summer and fall. Their strong sense of smell helps them find the buried nuts later. In the fall, gray squirrels build leaf nests high in trees. Some build nests in hollow tree trunks. Female squirrels usually give birth to 4 young squirrels. I didn't know that. The young squirrels leave the nest when they are strong enough to live on their own. It says 4 sharp front teeth help gray squirrels bite through nut shells. Okay, more state symbols. There is a state dog, a state gemstone, a state reptile, state shell, and a state vegetable. That must be the state reptile. State dog. Officials made the Platthound North Carolina's state dog in 1989. The Platthound is the only dog breed native to North Carolina. Jonathan Platt developed the breed in 1750 to hunt wild boars. State gemstone. Officials made the emerald the state gemstone in 1973. Emeralds look like pieces of bright green glass. Miners have found many large, valuable emeralds in North Carolina. The state reptile. The eastern box turtle became the state's reptile in 1979. Box turtles eat plants and insects that damage crops. The state shell. The Scotch bonnet has been North Carolina's state shell since 1965. This cream-colored shell has orange and tan blocks that look like Scottish plaid. State vegetable. North Carolina school children chose the sweet potato as the state vegetable in 1995. North Carolina is the largest producer of sweet potatoes in the United States. Here's the caption for the picture. Orange and red blotches cover the eastern box turtle's dark brown shell. And then there are a few places to visit, and if you little books, like if you wanted to read more about North Carolina, they give you some books that you could read. They say to visit the Blue Ridge Parkway, a theme park in Charlotte, and a historic site for the Wright brothers in Kill Devil Hills. And if you do not know who the Wright brothers are, do a little research and you can tell me about them when we go to the beach. You spell it W-R-I-G-H-T. It's the Wright brothers. You can look that up and talk to me about it at the beach. And that is all. I hope you enjoyed learning about the state of North Carolina. If you're interested to learn these facts about your own state, this is just a little series about all the states. So see, it has all the states on the back, and I'm sure in your public library or in your school library, they would have a similar book for every state in the United States and the territories too. Can't wait to see you all. Talk to you soon.